a hardworking lady, a lady who puts other people's needs first, and that, of course, is you, Shahnaaz Paruk of Penny Appeals. Assalamu alaikum, welcome. And you're here today with me to talk about all of your current campaigns. Nice to have you on the show once again.
Walaikum salam. Always a pleasure to be chatting to you and catching up. I do hope you and your team are well out here in Johannesburg.
Alhamdulillah, we all well, but you're still hard at work, you and your organization. I guess with the type of work that you're involved in, it just never stops. You've got to be busy 365 throughout the year. Let's get right to the heart of the matter and talk about the hard work, the dedication, and obviously the love you put into this work and your current campaign, starting off with education.
100%. I think, as most people find themselves winding down towards the end of the year, there are things we have to constantly remind ourselves things like poverty, things like access to resources. That doesn't take a holiday and it doesn't go on break. And so the need and the work definitely continues. Our Education First campaign was actually one of the primary flagship projects of Senior. It was the first project we embarked on when we commenced operations here in South Africa. Specifically, it focuses around providing um, schools as well as children from vulnerable communities access to resources so that they're able to attend school, they're able to have doors open towards great opportunities by accessing education. I think we're all really clear about how vital education is across the board for the youth, and in essence, the youth are the future of tomorrow. So this year's education campaign focuses on providing school uniforms as well as stationery packs to primary school and high school learners. We've also decided to include our school shoe drive. Alhamdulillah, last year we were able to provide an estimated 800 pairs of school shoes taken across Kichon, Durban, and Johannesburg. And this year we're hoping to reach quite a few more. And so education first looks at targeting the future to secure it for thousands of children by improving the resources, improving access to the items that they need, and definitely I think it's one of those that are really close to the heart. We've also included the breakfast club this year as part of the education drive, simply because it ties into school, and it's all about providing access to a nutritious breakfast meal for children from vulnerable communities, so that when they come to school, before school commences, they receive a nutritious breakfast meal at the start of the day. The statistics are alarming in terms of the number of children who actually go to school without having a meal. No, it doesn't stop there. They go home and they're not promised a meal either. And all too well that nutrition and learning go hand in hand. So we want to be able to provide as holistic service as possible to the children that we are in these vulnerable communities.
Okay, what about Penny Appeal's first relief project? My word, Shanaz, you guys really do work hard because I have a few more questions to ask you about your other project. So, where and
Yeah,
how do you guys manage so many projects at one given time?
lots of coffee, very little sleep, and it really comes down to the will of the team that we have here. Alhamdulillah, I'm
Shanaz,
really
you're
blessed.
breaking up. Do you just want to turn around or do something so that I can hear you nice and clearly?
Is this better?
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, the line's not. Yeah, okay, can you hear me now,
Yes, I can.
Chanel? Okay, carry on, please. We're now talking about your thirst relief project.
Yes. So Thirst Relief is our project that focuses on providing access to clean water to communities who don't have that access. It transforms lives because it focuses not just on providing a water well, we train communities and give them resources and knowledge on hygiene and sanitation, as well as making sure that they know how to maintain the water source that we're handing over to them. It's a really vital project because reliable access to safe clean water means that drinking, cooking, washing, watering crops, providing animals with drinking water, making wudu, all of this is possible when there's a water source close by. In a lot of countries that we work in, a lot of women and children are primarily responsible for providing water to the household. And that means that they have to walk huge distances every day to collect water. On average, the statistics talk about women and children walking about 3.7 miles to carry around 20 liters of water. By providing that water source closer to home, so ensuring that women and children are more protected. There's no harm coming towards them being vulnerable when they're collecting water. And women are able to, in a more dignified manner, take care of other matters and even perhaps access education instead of having, the sole focus of their day being on providing water. So hand pumps and water wells, as well as rainwater harvesting systems, boreholes, solar panel water centers. These are all the types of projects that we offer under our Thirst Relief banner. And like I say, specifically targeted at providing water to communities. A lot of individuals choose to do it as Sadqa Jariya on behalf of themselves or a family member. And it's a really amazing project because any amount that you choose to donate can be put towards the water well. Alternatively, there are various price points available for different countries, and you're able to pay it as you can to ensure that the project actually goes live and the water well is completed.
Okay, now we do know that the hundreds, if not thousands, of families that survive on one meal a day, if that. How does Donations Feed Our World assist families and communities in need?
Feed Our World is a massive project on its own in that it focuses largely on providing food packs, grocery vouchers. It also provides food gardens, schools and communities where we teach individuals, so school children as well as communities, about nutrition, about how to grow your own food, quite literally, I do firmly believe that is one of the answers to the poverty situation that we face worldwide. So supporting hunger relief provides us with a reward for feeding individuals, but it's also a beautiful way of gaining the almighty blessings that, gaining a lot of reward for feeding those that are hungry. Now, we implement this project across numerous countries worldwide. Within South Africa, which is our home ground, it extends into Zimbabwe, Malawi, as well as Palestine, as well as Yemen. There are numerous countries that we implement Feed Our World in. And I think with the COVID pandemic, as well as everything else that's been happening economically within Africa, the need is huge. We're seeing more and more people going without access to food, making do with one meal or even half a meal a day shared between family members. And like I say, vegetable gardens is one aspect that we're doing. We're doing looking at implementing chicken farming so that you have a balanced access to nutrition, and then the provision of food packs, hot meals, as well as grocery vouchers.
Okay, you also have Team Orange, and we are given to understand that it's a very exciting part of PNAPU South Africa. What exactly does it entail, and how can we perhaps join up?
Team Orange is a volunteer family of PNAPU and phenomenal individuals who come to us who want to do good in the community, and that's all we ask from them. They're instrumental in assisting us at distribution sites, instrumental at arranging fundraising efforts for us. Currently, I know we have at least 3 to 5 really amazing volunteers who are raising funds for education funds to provide school clothes as well as school shoes to school children. Their efforts obviously mean that we're able to go and get these items out to children in need. Team Orange is definitely a lot more vibrant. It's a lot louder. It's all about being active and being able to advocate for change in our society, for good change, for driving, for driving charity, for ensuring that people receive the aid that they need. And it's just really heartwarming to note that there are so many like-minded individuals with PNAPU that want to do good. So a really vital component. And we always welcome individuals to join Team Orange. Whether it's a cake sale, whether it's a marathon that they're running, to raise funds, whether it's assisting us at a distribution in your city or town, there's always something to do. And you can actually sign up for Team Orange through our website. If you click on PNAPU.org.za and go to the Team Orange section, there is a sign up available. And once you have your details, we'll definitely be in touch when we have something happening in your area.
And finally, of course, this is where I ask you about banking details and contact information. But just before I get there, Shahnaaz, you've just spoken about so very many amazing and different initiatives. How do you keep on top of all of them? And how do you, I kind of wonder, do you prioritize? Is there one of those that is more dearer or nearer to your heart than any of the others? How do you, how do you prioritize and just decide that this is more important than that?
So the secret is actually, they're all important. And I'll tell you why. Because the face of poverty and need doesn't have one face. Now, the needs are so different and diverse. We have to constantly evaluate the project that we're doing and look at new ways and improved methods of reaching the communities that we work with. So it's constant, reflections in terms of what went well, what didn't, how can we best assist. Like I mentioned, I have a phenomenal team, alhamdulillah, of staff who are really committed to the cause and to improving and transforming communities. That makes a huge difference. And then over and above that, we look at what's happening on the ground in our country, elsewhere. What are the needs? Are we talking about food as a basic need? Is there a need for something better? So like I mentioned earlier, I think before we had some phone issues, definitely a lot of coffee, definitely a lot of discussion. And I think having to be active constantly, being active constantly and realizing that it's more than a job. It's something that requires deep commitment. It's something that requires a sincere intention. And I think that really sums it up. Once the intention is made to do good, alhamdulillah, with the grace of the Almighty, everything else falls into place somehow. It really does.
Alhamdulillah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of your efforts, including your team, and be with you guys every step of the way. Always nice talking to you. Keep safe, keep strong, and continue your amazing work. That was Shahnaaz Paruk from Penny Appeal, South Africa, which brings us to 9:31 a.m. on this Wednesday morning.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum